but we have to talk about the bank failures in the States. Like, we have to talk about Silicon Valley Bank, because this is major. This is major. Like, you cannot have a top six. I think they were the 16th biggest bank in the United States that literally holds every Silicon Valley startup's funds in it. Apparently all uninsured, not all, like only 93% uninsured. Like, this is major, isn't it? Or is this just like, it's going to go sweep under the rug? Nothing happened here. No big deal. And actually, come to think of it, sorry, this was the second one in the last few days that went under, because there was another one called like Silvergate, not so big, that also was in the news last week.
I think what's surprising about this situation is what Janet Yellen said, I think yesterday. And she says, you should be concerned about the regional banks. Like, why would somebody make a comment like that?
Why would she, of all people, make a comment like that?
That I think is that a clue as to what's coming?
More's coming. Yeah.
Oh, this is
that's
a
the everyday person.
precursor.
Silicon Valley's they can afford to lose a little bit, right? But everybody's bank accounts,
Darryl,
if that's in trouble.
I'm not going to suggest I know what caused it or whatever, but a lot of these high tech companies are laying off. There's probably something they know, and it just they just lent too much money that wasn't being repaid. I don't know what the issue is. But,
well, it's similar to the housing crisis, where it's like people were throwing money at companies that really didn't need that money. But in order to invest in the company, they had to throw an exorbitant amount of money at the company. And then a company that really didn't have anything just started using the money to hire a bunch of people it didn't really need for jobs that weren't even really jobs, because everybody was working from home or like remote. Nobody was doing anything. So they needed all these people. And then all of a sudden the conditions tightened up, and it was like, oh my God, our burn of like $100 million a month is drying up. We need more money. And then they go out for more money and it's not there. Right. And so they end up where their valuations are coming down because they're trying to raise more money and all hell's breaking loose. And then,
well, one thing's very clear is that, the Bank of Canada rate does impact more commercial facilities than it does residential mortgages. Okay, a lot of operating facilities, a lot of credit facilities are all on Prime Plus. And we're seeing more and more businesses file for insolvency. I don't know what the state's numbers are, but when you have your variable rate or your prime rate go up as much as it has, it's going to cause damage in businesses. These are folks that staffed up because of whatever supply issue, deficiencies. They're staffing up on cheap money. We're seeing prime ramp up 400 and 450 basis points. I don't know what it is in the States. It's a lot more than here. And how do you pay that? Like, that costs money. So you could see how businesses start falling when you see those rates go up as fast as they have in such a short time. Like, the cost to borrow, the cost to service these operating facilities, inventory loans, whatever the hell it is just a huge, huge burn. And I think it's caught everybody off guard, including the banks. I don't think the banks anticipated them having to go up this fast.
Well, I think one of the biggest issues with this Silicon Valley Bank is that they had a bunch of money in treasuries, in bonds, right, at like 1.5% yield. And then all of a sudden rates get jacked up. Their bonds are useless. And they're in a crunch, right? They can't sell it. Yeah. Or they got to sell it.
Or you got to sell it at a discount, and now your capital requirements are out of whack.
Right. Or issue more stock and freak everybody out and do another raise. This is what's happening. But it's not only like, it's everywhere. I can't see it just being contained to this one bank. Like, all those people that may not get paid by the people that can't access their money or lost their money, like, all these payrolls are going to get screwed up. All these service contract invoices, all these supplier invoices, like all these people that are sitting there waiting for their money. What happens now? And this is not like a small thing. So they're going to have some kind of a bailout or bail-in, I guess, is the next thing, right?
I always revert back to Abe on Twitter, right? Like Global Macro.
Yeah.
Like he's been calling this for 18 months, right? Like, and he got
We're trying to get him on the show.
Yeah,
He's
like
considering it, which is nice.
I think that guy is he's a brilliant mind. I have a lot of time for him. I know that some people couldn't stand the bearish nature of his calls, but he called it.
He
called
definitely
it,
called it.
and he knows his stuff, and he's been around. And like I said, it's going to be bumpy for a while, and I think they may be the first of many situations like it to go down in that down the States. So let's hope we could get through it and learn a few things from it, and hopefully a lot of Canadians can weather this tough storm ahead.